Black Hawk helicopters are a common sight in the sky along the Potomac.
They are built by Sikorsky in Connecticut, and Charlie Daggett at the Pentagon tells us they've been a workhorse for the Army for almost 50 years.
The Black Hawk was on a training flight, a mission similar to those flown every day by Army helicopters in the tight air corridors around the nation's capital.
No excuses. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said there was nothing unusual about the flight, which took off from nearby Fort Belvoir.
Routine annual retraining of night flights on a standard corridor for a continuity of government mission. The military does dangerous things. It does routine things on the regular basis. Tragically, last night, a mistake was made.
The pilot, co-pilot, and crew chief, Ryan O'Hara, who leaves behind a wife and a 1-year-old son, were killed. The Army said they were all very experienced. Former Black Hawk pilot Bradley Bowman flew this route along the Potomac many times.
What are the challenges?
The area around Reagan National Airport is one of the busiest, if not the busiest, in the nation. And you have these low-level helicopter routes, and it's all in a relatively tight space.
Would it be fair to describe them as routine?
Yes. The day-to-day mission of this aviation unit is what we call priority air transport, to fly VIPs around. And so if you're going to go pick up the Chief of Staff of the Army at the Pentagon, right, and fly him on a night mission, you don't want the first time you're doing that to be with the VIP in the back. So you do these regular training missions to make sure that you know your trade.
Had they been headed to that aircraft,
yeah,
it's a maneuverable.
For sure, it's incredibly maneuverable. You can think of it like a Porsche in the sky, very maneuverable, lots of power. They could have maneuvered quickly if they'd seen the problem.
And Charlie Daggett joins us now from the Pentagon. Charlie, you mentioned this was an experienced crew. How experienced are we talking here?
Well, we understand that one of the crew members had 1,000 hours, flight hours. Another one had 500. To put that in perspective, these are helicopters by military standards. That's quite a lot. Helicopters don't spend that much time in the air, but to put it in perspective, commercial pilots on a busy year might see about 700 hours.
And Charlie, real quickly here, well, a lot of people might wonder, why would they train in such a congested urban area?
Yeah, Maurice, people have said, why didn't you do it to the north or the south? Why do it right at the airport? You train for the environment that you're in, it has been explained to me. Is it dark? Is it congested? Is it busy? Are there planes coming in? Is it the flight path? That is what you train for, and that is where the assessment takes place. And that is why, again, routine and repeatedly, these assessments take place in these areas.
Okay, Charlie Daggett at the Pentagon, thanks so much.